Okay. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for coming and listening to us talk about Arbor. I am LaWanda Prettyman, the principal at Arbor Elementary.
I am Miss Green. I am the assistant principal at Arbor. Thank you.
And I would like to thank the board members for allowing us to present to you guys, as well as Superintendent Paporis. We appreciate it. All right, we have a short agenda for you today. We're going to talk about our climate, our family and school partnerships, our multi-tiered systems of support, and our curriculum and instruction.
Climate and culture. We pride ourselves on welcoming students on their very first day of school by going outside, welcoming them, hugging them, talking to the parents, and welcoming them into the school.
We have some student leaders. We have a safety patrol, some student ambassadors, student council, and our young Euclid scholars, which are boys and girls groups. And these are just a few of our ambassadors there on Career Day, where they were escorting the people that came out and helped us with to talk about their careers. They escorted them and they stayed with them until it was over. And we got plenty of compliments on our babies.
Our weekly recognition of our staff is done by staff members. They are nominated by staff, voted on by staff. And when they are nominated, they're recognized, placed on the bulletin of the comments that were made, of the great things that they do. They receive a treat and a gift card.
And that's done weekly. This is Officer Rico's reset program. So oftentimes when people aren't doing what they need to do, or they may have a little moment that they need a break, Officer Rico will walk with us, and then he talks to the student, and then we get them back as quickly as we possibly can so that they're not missing out on much education.
Halloween is a very fun time at Arbor. Our teachers, as you can see, dress up in costumes that are amazing. We also have a picture here of one of our students, of Michael Jackson. They also get to go out in the community and they parade around the school, around the block of the school, and they get horns beeped at them, talked about their costumes. It's just an amazing day.
And that's our fourth grade team. They are awesome. Look at that. All right, seventh grade. We did our 7th annual trunk or treat this year. Trunk or treat started kind of at COVID time, where we would put candy in the trunks because we couldn't touch everyone. So now we're continuing that. Sometimes the kids are walking, sometimes they're still in their parents' cars, but we're now just placing the candy in their bags. All the teachers donate candy, and the parents drive by, and there's long lines, but we have a good time.
Career Day. Oh, it was an amazing time.
It was.
I'm going to let Ms. Prettyman talk about it.
All right, so we had a lot of people there for Career Day. Miss Selena Wright, thank you so much, ma'am, was there, one of our board members. She's also a social worker, so she came out. We had some police officers. We had a young lady from the Guardians, NFL football player. We had the coaches from the high school. Both of them came out. We were so excited to see them because the kids want to know what's going on at the high school, so they were there. DJ, and all kind of fun stuff. So it was a lot of parents, a lot of community members that came out, and the mayor actually came out as well, and she came and talked to the students about her job. So we're just trying to get the kids interested in what types of jobs are out there. And I'm going to add one more. This was on a different day, but we did have Fox 8 meteorologist Alexis Walters. She came out with Mr. Sullivan's class, and she talked to the kids about being a meteorologist, and then they were on a Fox 8 morning show segment, so they were all excited.
Arbor Attendance Incentive Celebration. We do an attendance celebration weekly, and we look at which class has the highest percentage of attendance. They receive a treat for that week, and then we look at who overall has the highest attendance for the month. We want to keep our kids coming to school and enjoying their times there. It's a couple of pictures of classrooms. They have the trophy. They get the trophy for the week, so they really work for that. And when they have the water bottles, that means that's the classroom for the month.
And those water bottles were from the Euclid Foundations, Euclid Foundations grant, so we really appreciate them. Brown Stay in the Game Spirit Day. So we had a Spirit Attendance Week, and that was our last day, and the kids all got to dress in their Browns outfits. We want to keep the kids coming to school and staying in the game.
Building community with the staff. We have a yearly breakfast, holiday breakfast. We do, that was the 6-7 days. So
yes,
the kids
didn't know we had a secret day.
They're obsessed with that. And so the teachers all got involved, and they just enjoyed everything they see. At the bottom there, We all dressed up in our spirit wear for a family engagement night.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to talk to you a little bit about our family and school partnerships.
We love the Father Walk. The fathers walk their students to, or their children, our students, to school, and they get to come inside, they sit down and have breakfast, and they're so gracious for the students who didn't have someone to bring them, to welcome them to the table. They sit and they talk to them, and they walk them to class.
And you'll see we also have moms come out on that day, so it's great. And then they also get to walk the kids to class if they choose that day. And then once again, we want to thank thanks to the Euclid Schools Foundation. We this year got a $10,000 grant for science supplies and math manipulatives. So there you'll see a student dissecting an owl pellet so she can figure out what they ate. I'm a science teacher by heart, so I'm sorry.
That grant also helped us to complete our garden, and the garden is used for science lessons, for math lessons, and for social emotional needs. And our students use this garden quite often.
Yes, ma'am. And also, thanks to Miss Kathy Rich, she always finds a way to get those books from the kids' book bank, and we give those books out every time we have a family event. And these parents can attest to that. So some of these students are picking up books, they take them home, they make their library, and they keep building on it. So that's what our plan is, to keep them reading, to increase that fluency and that accuracy in their reading.
Our community partners. This year we welcomed on Ken Ganley Subaru of Wickliffe, who gave a very generous donation for the students to have activities within the school, just to keep them encouraged. We also had a new comer on, Knucklebusters Home Rehab Remodeling, who also gave 13 turkeys to complete our meals that we gave to families in need at Arbor for the holiday.
And just one more thing about Ken Ganley. We had a goal to set for $10,000. It was through our PTA. We just wanted to raise money to be fiscally responsible, to make sure that these kids are getting the activities and things that they need. Some of the kids have gone on field trips and stuff because of that money. But Ken Ganley said, if you don't make that $10,000, we're going to give you what you didn't make. So we made $5,000, and they gave us the other $5,000. So I was very appreciative of that. So. And then we have nature tracks from the Cleveland Metro Parks. They come out in a bus every year, and Ms. Rich also sets that up. So they come out, they have a nice big bus outside, and they have all of this scientific stuff on there, and they do lessons with the kids. And Ms. Rich schedules everything, our instructional coach. She schedules it all, and every kid gets to go out. So I think it's scheduled for like 2 days. So it's beautiful. The kids love it, and of course I love it.
Multi-tier systems of support. Positive behavior intervention and supports. We have our All-Star Awards for students each week, Shooting Star Awards for students each week, and we also have activities that reward them if they are referral free or less than one referral. This here is a picture of one of our students that's supposed to put the pie in the face. He said, nope, I'm going right on top of that head. When they have it's such a reward to see them having fun for the things that they do. And we earned the Silver Award for 2025 for PBIS at Arbor.
All right, we also these are some of the pictures from our weekly recognition where we have our All-Stars and Shooting Stars, but we also this year incorporated some spelling awards, some math awards, reading awards, so we're trying to do some academic things as well weekly. So the teachers are happy to send those certificates out, and we call all the kids' names over the loudspeaker, and they get all excited and come on down and get their picture taken.
And one of our sponsors is Arby's, and when they come down, there's a certificate on the back of their award that they received to get a meal from Arby's, which is amazing. And said all that in a bag of chips is another one of the awards that students can earn for something that they do over the top and exceptional. They get a bag of chips and they come down and they get recognized, and students not reward them, but compliment them throughout the day.
And they get to become famous on Instagram or Facebook for Arbor. All right, so we also have our monthly announcement team. So every month, Ms. Green has put a schedule together where a different grade level comes down and they do the announcements for the awards. So they come down four times a month, because they do it every Monday. And the kids are excited. We had some first graders that Ms. Green wanted to rave about today because there's very little bit of information that they needed This is how great of readers they were. So we were so impressed and proud of those babies on this Monday, wasn't it?
Yes.
It was beautiful.
Blown away.
Yes.
Referral-free celebrations. We spoke a little bit about it here, but here are some activities that the students get to be involved in when they're referral-free. They come down, they have fun, and they just enjoy that time.
We had our glow dance, Jungle Terry over there with the snake. I wasn't doing it. Sorry.
I did it.
Oh, she's braver than I am. All right, then we also had our daily focus groups for SEL. Miss Green is very gracious. We don't have a family liaison anymore. So Miss Green is very gracious to actually continue those groups as well as the teachers. A lot of the teachers that are here actually have their own lunch bunch groups that they sit and they eat with their students and they talk about things that may be bothering them. And kids like to share, and the teachers are willing to give as much advice as they possibly can.
I just want to add, Ms. Carnes is amazing with the students as well during that lunch brunch
She's our
time.
secretary.
We only can fit about 3 or 4 students in our room, but she has about 7 or 8 students, and they're all just talking to her. She's listening and typing.
It's like she's at, when the guys go to the barber shop and they tell all us, yeah, that's the kids. They love Miss Carnes. All right, we also were awarded the Wellness Room and Resource Center from the Cleveland Browns, Stay in the Game, and University Hospitals. So the office of our family liaison is all the wellness room, and then the resource room, which you'll see at the top right there, are things that we give our students that are in need. We have combs, brushes, deodorant, toothpaste, anything that you can think of, they donate it to us so that when those babies need those things, we want to keep them coming to school, so we have those things for them.
And I just want to add to that one of the partners, not more, but about 3 of the partners have donated book bags. We have given out so many coats this year
Gloves
for
and
students
hats.
that come to school, hats and gloves, which is amazing.
We just want to keep them there. I would like to brag a little bit that we have reduced so far our suspensions by 25%. We are trying to keep everyone in school. So to do that, we are just making sure that the students are knowing what the expectations are, and we're having those conversations. So 25% reduction in suspensions. I'm so proud of that.
Instruction. Student engagement and learning. The students are actively engaging every single time that I enter into the classroom. The students are doing math on the floor, science, they're in the middle, they're doing sentence stems and doing writing. It's just amazing that the things the teachers are doing to keep students actively learning.
Also, if your kids want cake and stuff all the time. So in order to get that, you got to do your fractions. So they took that cake with Mrs. Johnson's 3rd grade class. She said, if you want a piece, we got to figure this out. So they took the cake and they cut it in half first, and then they got it all the way down to 1/24. So they all were able to get a piece. So they are working on fractions in 3rd grade. There's also the Winter Olympics happened this year, so she was very happy to start bar graphing with her babies. So those are the amount of medals in each type of medal. So they did a bar graph for that. And then there is a Black History. She wanted to talk about Black Olympians. So she also made a bulletin board, for that as well. And then our kids, we had a red, white, and blue day to bring in the Olympics.
CKLA units. We have right here where students are using Oreos to talk about the phases of the moon to help them to have a deeper understanding. And then our kindergarten class has a Kings and Queens unit, and you'll see our students there dressed as queens and kings.
And that's the way they kind of end their unit, just to do something fun. And going back to science, my favorite. With the science scores this year, we were very proud that our science scores increased by 26%. So that is also thanks to Miss Kathy Rich working with our 5th grade team, which I see a few of my 5th grade teachers over there, working with them at Lunch and Learns, working on those standards and those skills that they see most often on that science test, and they got those scores up. So I'm very impressed, and ladies, good job.
And some of the materials that's being used was also by one of the funds that...
Yeah, by the grant, the foundation, the Euclid Foundation's grant, those science materials.
Oh, this is my favorite, the
Yes.
reading buddies. We have Mr. Sullivan's 4th grade students who reads with Mrs. Dodd's 2nd grade students, and this is to help students to become fluent readers. And the 4th, as you can see, they love this. They love this. Big sister, little brother, they are not real siblings, but they treat them just like theirs.
And it's good to see because it makes them feel more comfortable with their reading as well. And these are the awards that are given to our students at the end of the quarter. And those are announced over the loudspeaker so the kids get all excited because they hear their name and they come down to the front, just as they would do on a weekly basis for the other awards. But this is done quarterly.
Encore. Here we have some work for art. Our art teacher works along with many of the lessons and units that our teachers are teaching, and they do all kinds of art. This is just a little bit of the things that they do that was on the bulletin board that I find that the students are amazing. They're learning so much. Here we have pop art. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I had to ask. We have pottery that the students are making. And right here in the center there, we had 3 students to win awards for doing Save the Bees art for last year.
Yes. And that was the Euclid Garden Committee that put that contest on. And then we also have our technology class where the students are actually taking these mats and they're learning coding. So they're learning coding, and then they have to, if you see them at the bottom on the left and in the middle, they are actually presenting their findings. So it's really good to see that they're doing that so early in technology class.
Music. The music teacher is another amazing teacher here at Arbor. She works right along with our band and orchestra teachers. The students are learning the drums, how to read notes, how to play notes on different instruments. It's just amazing of the things that they're doing in class.
And I would have to say the orchestra and band was so large that they had to kind of separate the kids, so they couldn't put them all together. So it was great to see. So here's some of our babies doing orchestra and band.
Physical education. This year, Mr. Wright, who's the physical education teacher, has taken on the Tim Trussell. Tim Trussell is the person who's the governor, and this Team Trussell is the program that he came up with for physical fitness. They're not just doing physical fitness things. They're learning about health. They're learning about how to eat, how much to eat, what types of food to eat, what kind of things they should eliminate to give them an overall understanding of what should happen in their everyday life.
I love it. And Ms. Green, she's not going to give herself any credit, but she's also helping him with that project, so I appreciate you for that. All right, celebrating Black history is something that we do yearly. This year we decided to go with the Motown theme, and so what we've done is each hallway, which consists of 2 grade levels usually, they had an era or a decade. So this hallway, the kindergarten and first grade hallway actually won. They had the Supremes and all of those good people. I think that was the 60s, maybe, before my time. Don't tell me.
Lifelong learners is not just for students, also for teachers. And we get together in our TBTs and other meetings, and we're learning. You have pictures here of the vertical space, and we're putting together just pieces of puzzle to match up for teacher clarity, which is one of our focuses this year.
So we want to thank you so much, everyone, for your time. What questions do you all have?
Mrs. O'Toole, do you have any questions? Then Mr. Olson, any questions, comments?
No questions. I do have a comment. Thank you for having me for Career Day.
Thank you for coming.
I have to give a shout out to my little escort. He was absolutely amazing. He got me everywhere I needed to be. He kept me on time. He was monitoring my time. He was like, we have 5 minutes. I was like, okay, let me hurry up and wrap up. He kept me on time to where I needed to go. He helped me with the students. He engaged while I was talking with them. I went to one of our classrooms with some of our students that have some developmental disabilities. He helped me engage with them. He helped me pass out the items to them. He was just so wonderful. So I just have to give him a little shout out.
Thank you. Very kind.
And then thank you for the presentation. And as you said, many times we just want to keep them here in the building. I appreciate that, and the fact that it was continually said throughout the program and all of the different things you're doing is really designed to keep the students there and learning and engaged. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
And my comment is, often I like to point at a part, but you put together such a wonderful place to go to school And it's more than what I just said. I think you know what I mean. It really is a special place. And then it's focused on the academics. All the other stuff that you do, and it does take work to do all that other stuff, is focused on the academics. I want to commend you on that. I noticed you did the Browns Day, and I know we have a long history, Ms. Prettyman, me and you. So when they win the Super Bowl, I'm coming back, and I'm putting on all my Brown stuff all week, and I'm going to visit with you and read books about the game. I will also say this: it came to me. How long have you been principal there at the school?
I think this is year 11, I think.
Yeah, and I am fairly certain you have the most longevity as a school principal in one building in the district right now. So you have like this record going on. And longevity does mean something. So congratulations on that. And thank you to your team, your staff, everyone, and of course our family. So
We appreciate it.
have a great night.
All right, thank you, guys.